Yes, you're audible.
I'm starting my speech in 3, 2, 1, go. Madam Speaker, imagine a world fragmented into pieces, isolated and cold. A world where the phrase each to its own takes a whole new meaning, where society is divided into puzzle pieces which fail to come together in time. It's a merciless universe where there's hardly any connection and everyone minds their own business. A world where the only reason you ever contact or interact with someone is if you need something. But before starting, I'd like to point out a major contradiction inside opposition's case. I don't think they fully understand what an integrated family is, having starting their speech by saying two parents taking care of 10 children, and then moving on to say it actually includes many generations and aunts and uncles living in the same house, and then we're back to parents struggling to take care of their children. I request them to clarify this in their next speech because that was a little messed up. Now, side opposition fundamentally lost this debate when they failed to recognize that nuclear families lead to more distant relations and a dissemination of society. Throughout their whole first speaker's speech, I didn't hear one justification on how nuclear families actually increase familial relations and lead to better understanding and trust. To win this debate as side proposition, we need to prove to you three things. Number one, that joint families lead to better familial relations. Number two, they provide a space to explore different perspectives and revolutionize the working knowledge of the world. And number three, how security is more assured and on our side of the house. I'm going to be doing three things in my speech today: rebutting the points brought out by Op, bringing you a new argument from side proposition, and three, I'm going to take Op at their best case and still show you why our world is better. Let's start with characterization. What does our world look like? Number one, we propose a world where individuals live in large integrated families and familial bonding is propagated and believed to be safe or secure. We do this through actively promoting this through magazines, media houses, and through additional government benefits. Two, we don't, however, propose to strip individuals from their freedom. We rather would like to provide a platform to voice and hear different opinions of various aspects in our modern life. For example, dressing style, food habits, general lifestyle, and bridging the generation gap that my first speaker talked about. And three, on how this helps in weathering problems together and sorting out issues together as an entity, but still retaining the right to make personal decisions on your own. Now let's look at what we get from side opposition. The first thing we get is the idea that somehow integrated family will be linked to the dearth of resources. Three reasons why this is false. Number one, I'd like to clarify that the way side proposition defines an integrated family is having a large number of members who, be it aunts, uncles, children, and not only like having 10 children. So most of the members are earning, and as you have a larger number of members, the chances of them earning are also higher, and hence you have more resources to spend on education and stuff like that. Two, the usage of electricity and water is much less as compared to if you were living in individual houses on your own and having to pay for your own electricity and utilizing double the resources as you would in the case of an integrated family. Second, they then claim that somehow traditions and customs and orthodox opinions can prevail in such households. Three responses. Number one, the very reason we need to discuss these issues is to change the mindset of the general public, right? That's what all these movements aim to ultimately do. They aim to integrate these ideas and remove prejudices and stereotypes from societies. So providing a platform to discuss opinions, to talking to your grandparents if they have different opinions, explaining your side of things can help in a more productive conversation rather than just not talking to them because they don't agree with you. Second, it can also help change their mindset. So the main aim of most of these movements is to integrate so-called modern beliefs into and have them being bought by like society as a whole. The best way to do this is to show individuals who might have perceived orthodox beliefs that what we are saying has real standing, and that there's a reason we wish to support the LGBTQ community, and that they and stuff like that. Third, it also helps you to develop an opinion of your own, right? When you're subjected to more people, you can receive more criticism, you can receive more inputs, and you're not only, you don't have direct communication, not right now, you don't have direct communication with only two members. Rather, you can talk to different people, hear their experiences, and form an opinion of your own which is not biased, which otherwise in a nuclear family would be because of the internet and external sources as well. Third, thirdly, they say the quality of education would be poorer. We don't think this is true. We feel in a nuclear family, parents are more busy working, as traditionally you would have only 4 members, and hence they aren't able to give enough attention to their children's education. Rather, in an integrated family where you have so many members, you can focus more on the quality of your education, and they can learn from other individuals' experiences and thus broadening their horizons. Just a minute. Moving on to my constructives, I'll be answering 2 questions in this debate. Number 1, why is this morally more favorable for individuals and society as a whole? A. Strength in numbers. Often in our daily lives, we are barged with decisions that shape our lives. The way we act and respond to situations is a reflection of our upbringing. Living in a large integrated family provides a variety of perspectives and opinions, therefore influencing your behavior and conditioning your mindset. Why is this helpful? Number 1, the existence of diverse opinions broadens one's mindset. For example, if you live in a traditional household, talking to your grandparents about culture or even traditions can help you gain access to information you otherwise might not have with the modernization of culture. B. Mental support. The larger the number of members in your family, the more likely you are to find a reliable support system. Notice why this benefit is exclusive to our side of the house. If you frequently clash with your parents in your views, your grandparents or your aunts may provide a new perspective. C. It prevents child abuse and domestic violence. In a patriarchal society, nuclear families are a free ticket that allow the abuse of child and women rights. At the point at which there's no one to hold you accountable, there's nothing to stop you from infringing on other members' rights. Living in a joint family prevents such abuse, or at least limits it, because by interventions by other family members, which is far more likely on our side of the house. Op can't come here and say it's inevitably going to happen on both sides. We're saying it's going to happen much less on our side of the house. And next, it preserves family traditions and values. At the point at which you're well aware of your family history and confident with your roots, you develop respect, and you also start thinking of others. Living in a joint family gives you the experience of having to accommodate others' needs and imbibe